Attention. Don't even think about it.
This is the hottest radio station.
You are listening to MakeSlater.com.
My garden, I don't understand what it's all. She might think she know a lot, but she don't know a lot. And she made me bad when I was singing lullabies. I was counting on you, baby, then you count me out. Now we counting while we singing to the rubber bands. See that shit? You got every money. 25, I'm alive. She might learn it tonight. Go ahead, show me your gun. Bet you wanna feel what I've been feeling like. Had to check up on reality, mama probably ain't right. And I took that girl to bed with me in Paris for the night. Then that pussy got the recipe to making it in life. Yeah, I got this girl, crack the code, pile in my money, tap the phone, hiding my tuna, casserole, hide out the Bentley, bitch, I am home. You know who you were when I found you, darling. I know who I was when you found me, found me. Cut my ties and I cut my garden. I don't understand what it's all here. She might think she know a lot, but she don't know a lot. And she made me bad when I was singing lullabies. I was counting on you, baby, then you count me out. Now we counting while we singing to the rubber bands. See that shit? You got every...
Yo. Oh, man. Okay, y'all. Good evening. Good evening. I'm on the midnight oil. Coffee. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Matches the logo at the top. So it's real. It's real. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me put this on pause. All right. So this music, this dope ass music is brought to you by Sound XYZ because this is where we're heading to. It feels like with music and content, we're going to the NFT realm. I really believe that because there's no way. There's no way. So I had to pop up today. At least briefly. Something's been bothering me. You know, I be peeping shit. And one of the things that I've noticed that we've been having a lot of distractions lately. And with these distractions, I really feel like I'm about to rip my hair out.
Bruh.
Because there's just way too many distractions. One in particular is the reason why I popped up today. Because I said I'm recording content and I'm trying to do live streams at the same time. So maybe I can do two birds with one stone. Okay. Now, first and foremost, I'm a person that, you know, looks at the big picture of things. You know, I'll say, like, this don't look right or this don't sound right. And something just really made me feel like I need to check this thoroughly. I have to check this shit thoroughly. So, besides on TikTok with the 5,400 part story.
Bruh.
I am literally so sick and so tired of people falling into these traps that are like meant to further divide men and women, right? It's like, it's so obvious at this point that I was like, I'm going to point it out. And some people may not see it. They'll be like, oh, you know, you're always looking on the bright side, Minx. And I'm just like,
this station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
We're the ultimate I keep forgetting about the last part. We are the ultimate power in the universe, which is the truth. However, I get frustrated with y'all because you don't see timelines, time frames, nothing. It's just y'all just go straight for the jugular and you fall into these traps. And I'm here to say that some of us are not going to be putting our best foot forward to wake people up no more, because we out to the last 2 years we've been through, y'all keep falling for the shit. So I'm going to start with the first part of this. Okay, so I wasn't trying to get involved with this story because, again, it's sheeple shit. You know, you go to a show, you know, with your significant other, whether if it's your favorite singer in the whole wide world or favorite rapper in the whole wide world, you know, you don't act a fool in front of people, especially making your significant other look like a fool for being with you. Okay. This particular incident, see, they know that we talking about dating and shit. This particular incident right here is what set me off, right? Now, I'm going to paint the picture for you because I'm not going to play it here. I'm going to paint the picture for you. Basically, long story short, this couple goes to a show. And they go to a show, and the singer just so happened to pick this woman to get on stage. And they pulled out a curtain, and he starts singing on her and dancing on her in uncompromising positions. I'm like, didn't we just go through this shit with Usher? You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I'm seeing the repetition of, you know, it kind of looks like, you know, we didn't pull their attention that hard because of the fact that Alicia Keys and Usher, that incident died as soon as it got to the Instagram airwaves, right? You know, Swiss was like, oh, I don't want to hear none of this shit. So cut it out. So it was like, oh, they're not distracted. Plan B. So this is what I believe is plan B. Okay, because I've been saying this a couple of times on my posts that these streamers like Kai Cenat, these streamers are the new radio. You know, they are the new way of getting information out there in real time with a live stream. So, of course, you know, oh, what's up, Mr. 5420? I watch you work and now you watching me work. How's this working?
Bruh.
Shout out to Mr. 5420. Dope shows, man. I missed the stream today, I think. I think you had a stream today, right? I think you had a stream today. I got to get a handheld device because I got the Nintendo Switch Lite, I think. It don't hook up to the anything. It's just what mommy can afford.
Bruh.
You could be down, but not all the way down. Yes. Oh, you did. Okay, cool. How he didn't go to jail? Listen, I still got things on him. Chill night. You know what? I like hearing that. I like Sundays is supposed to be chill. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people be going too hard, hitting me up with conference calls and shit. I'm like, bruh, do you not think that I have a family? Like, do you not think that perhaps I want to bed rot today? But you ain't calling me to work because it's your day off. It's your day off. Well, there's no days off for me. But today was one of those days, you know, feminine shit. You know what I'm saying? Full moon on the full moon, you know. I was like, don't fuck with me. Trying to be nice. But to those of you that are walking in, this is Wicked Observations with Minx. I didn't feel like doing a video, so I just said, fuck it, let me go live. Like Bill O'Reilly. We'll do it live. That's what I said. Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah, so obviously the VODs are saved to my Patreon. You Oakland. The VODs are on my Patreon, and I put them on there for free. Don't ask why. But for now, I put the VODs for free because some people, they get so like weird when you say that you stream on TikTok, and they're like, TikTok, like, I don't use TikTok. It is a government spying app. I'm like, okay then, I guess you know what it's gonna show. Are you really? Do you really fuck with me though? Because if you was doing your content in the middle of the Hudson, I'd be there. Okay. But I get it. You know, some people, you can't make people do shit. You know, you got to just ask for the sale. Okay. So those of you that are just walking in, we are talking about a wicked observation that I just had that I didn't want to make a video about. So I popped up today, and I'll probably clip this and post it and say, yes, I did my content for the week. Because you know, when you do a podcast, you can make that shit stretch for a month. But this is not really a podcast. This is just me being live, doing what I do without all the fancy shit that all these influencers do. So, you know, I have nothing for sale besides my merch. As you see, we have in coffee. This is my Minx Couture cup. It's a real physical item. So those of you that are trying to retail merch and you're like, damn, nobody's buying my shit. I'm like,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
I'm like, stop speaking down on yourself. You have to buy the first merch. If you don't buy your first merch, then guess what? No one else is gonna. You got to be your first sale. Remember that. Remember that. Okay? So back to the convos, coffee and convos. Okay. Now, I am an investigative journalist. I do my own shit. I don't work for a company, but the companies that I create at, and that is with Minx Radio. So this story is bothering me, and here's why. Okay. Again, like I said, the Usher shit, people didn't really trip over their feet over it. You know, oh, Alicia Keys. Like, who the fuck? Alicia Keys. All right, Alicia. So it wasn't enough for people to be that distracted. So then they dropped this distraction. And I'm going to tell you why it's a distraction. Now, I said something just don't seem right to me. Because if you're talking about the media, social media, they never refer to people as that man or that lady or that guy or that girl. But somehow, Kai Cenat got called to this case. Okay? Now, let's go back. Because this is getting out of control. Okay. So, this evening, he somehow invites this person, this guy, onto his Discord server, right? And as a person that's interviewed people before, you know, when you get on camera, the first of all, I ask the person that's interviewing with me to write their name. So their name or their @ for their social media that they're mostly on, I usually say Instagram, is in the corner with the name. Okay. So that wasn't there.
Bruh.
Okay, maybe it's just something that bothered me because it just seemed unprofessional. Anyway, but then it wasn't that he asked him what his name was, where he's from. He just went right into it and asked a question that was very, very strange to me. Okay, so we're going to hear this question that Kai Cenat asked his guest. Okay, so here we go. Hold on one second. We're going to pull it up right here. Okay. So I want you to pay attention to what Kai Cenat asked him, because I said, why would you ask that? Hold on, here we go.
Let me go ahead and say this real quick, bro.
I appreciate TV, man.
I seen what happened. Okay, so let me go ahead and just, like, you got mad people say, like, you got the girls going crazy right now in the chat, okay? But let me go ahead and say this real quick, bro. First things first, bro. let's clear it up real quick. And I said, to be real with me, is what happened at the concert real?
Don't even ask that.
Bruh.
Why would that be the first question? This man allegedly had his heart ripped out his anus, okay, in front of a group of people. The first question you're going to ask is this real? Because nobody was thinking that. I'll be totally honest with you. Nobody on social media was saying to themselves, is this even real? But moi. But that's your first question. Your first question is this even real? I don't think I would ask that, you know, and that for me would be a red flag question for a viewer, because I'm like, how the hell you got 80,000 people that didn't scratch their head to that? Why are you asking if this is real? So let's hear the response. So let me at least let him respond.
It's real, man.
And how long was y'all dating for?
How long was what?
Yeah, how long was y'all dating for?
Dating? Less than a year.
Wait, why did I hear 7 years?
Bruh.
You see where I'm going with this? That's just strange to me. The Rock, the look to the... I'm like, you're looking for answers, and it's almost like improv, right? It's almost like improv to me. Because if I'm dating like a year, doesn't... let's continue.
So that was a rumor? It was a rumor?
Man.
It was a rumor?
Yeah, rumors.
Okay, so there was a rumor, okay?
Yeah.
So you just cleared it up? Less than, I don't know where they got that rumor
Yeah,
from.
I cleared it up now.
All right, yeah, clear it up. Here's my thing. My thing is for you to just clear up anything that you feel what I'm saying, what people are saying and stuff like that. But also, I want to make sure that after today, bro, we gon' support, get your started, because what happened on that's crazy to me. When I seen that, I was like, my brother, from brother to brother, let me go help you out. Okay? So look, first things first, we got 20 beautiful ladies here for you.
Anyway, yeah. How do you go? This is what kills me. How do you go from witnessing your quote unquote significant other getting on stage, dancing with a Nigerian artist? Again, Kai Cenat seems to be the spot that a lot of these celebrities go and talk to him because they have a large following on social media, especially on Twitch or wherever the fuck he's at. And this is like promotion to me. Like, it feels like, because I've never heard of this artist before today. I don't know if a lot of people knew who this Nigerian artist is, but the rumor was that, Nigerian music was going to take over hip hop. Like, we were going to get hip hop out of here. On the radio, you're hearing all this Afro style beats on music. Good. Chris Brown was smart to hop on that shit.
Bruh.
I can listen to Sensational all day. Okay, don't come here about what his past. We're gonna have to have a talk about separating shit. Okay, the correct things to separate. Okay, because y'all don't know how to separate properly. You still bump R. Kelly. I don't listen to R. Kelly. Oh, but you listen to the shit that he wrote. Thank you, Mr. 5420. You still listen to the shit that he wrote. Okay. It just came out a couple of, weeks ago, maybe this week or so, exposing all these freaking R&B artists that do not write their own music. But we'll talk about that later. Just remind me, I'll forget. So I said, okay, so this is the scenario here. We are supposed to be upset because some chick got on stage and danced behind a curtain in a very suggestive way, which was inappropriate because you were in a relationship and in public. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about that. The public is always filming. However way you decide to behave in public, remember, they're going to make you a TikTok story. Okay, so y'all need to take it easy. Okay, just take it easy. Okay, so let's continue. So here are the articles. I want to point out the articles because once again, social media, if they going to find you, they going to find you. Full government and everything. Okay, so here we go. We have this article. Oh, for the love of these freaking ads. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that these are big publications because this is kind of like a sheeple shit. So, you got some of these gossip blogs and stories. But this article is from withinnigeria.com, right? Man left heartbroken. So I said, oh, okay, let me scroll down and I want to know what this man's name is. Because what they're saying is that this man gained like 30,000 followers after being on Kai Cenat's page, after being interviewed and offered 20 women. Don't ask. So, in videos that went viral a few days ago, the man's girlfriend. The man's girl. Okay. American streamer and YouTuber Kai Cenat has generously rewarded the Nigerian man. Does he not have a name? A few days ago, the young man was humiliated by his girlfriend's disrespectful behavior towards him after they went to a Omah Lay's concert together in London. Okay. Omah Lay in the video danced erotically with her, which her boyfriend, who was in the audience, did not find funny. Why don't we know this man's name? He was seen bent over in shame while Omah Lay rocked his lover in front of the ecstatic crowd. Strange. Again, to his amazement, the American YouTuber Kai Cenat gave him $20,000, assisted in growing his Instagram from 1,000 to 50,000, and introduced him to a new woman. My question is, this entire... and they make it here, they make this in bold. They said, what happened to me at Omah Lay's concert was real and not a PR stunt. I mean, do you guys see where I'm getting, where I'm going with this? This entire article, you're talking about, Kai Cenat gave this man $20,000 and helped growing his Instagram, but you don't see no name, no nothing. I'm clicking, you see it, these are all purple because I've been clicking. So I literally don't. Hold on. In the video circular, British Nigerian media personality Shopsy Doo was seen urging Omah Lay to give a shout out to the fan who he identified as Fafa. Okay. But still, who is this man? This is why I strongly believe that this is an orchestrated thing. It's not a real situation. This is a created situation to drive press to Omah Lay. Like, you think Kai Cenat is on here asking this man questions for fun? Because I don't. Nobody does anything for free. Why would I want to have someone come on to my show who got disrespected by his woman, give him $20,000? Because you see how the day before that, it was he called her to get her side of the story. Okay. Went and got her side of the story, well, called to get her side of the story, but she wanted to be compensated for the story. And people were like, why, who does she think that she is? I'm like, this story, she probably didn't stick to her and didn't realize it was going to get that much backlash. So she wanted to be compensated for that interview, which I understand why, because if I'm in a high profile situation on the internet and it's a viral situation on the internet, why do you think I'm going to come onto your show to discuss it for free? Because you're going to get money off of the ads. You're going to get money off of new subscribers, and I don't get diddly squat. I don't believe that. So I kind of get it. I understand why she wanted compensation, but then again, this is just another way to, we're going to, keep them distracted with a story to show why all women ain't shit. So again, this man is heartbroken. Heartbroken. I honestly believe that, and I know how men kind of operate when they get disrespected. They're not going on to a freaking streamer to discuss it. They're not doing that, in my opinion. If this really occurred like the way they're saying it is, I think a real man would have retreated away from the public eye for a couple of days until it died down, because damn, my woman done disrespected me in front of the whole internet. So some people will say, oh, he's smart because he's getting a bag. And so you went from 1,000 followers to 50,000 followers because of appearing on this man's show. That just needed to be mentioned too. Why? Perhaps this is just good press. Perhaps it's just good press. You know what I mean? I don't believe that this, I don't think it went down the way that they're saying that it is. Because then he goes on, and I tell you, there's tons of articles about this, but it's not on like major news sites. The news sites, yeah, you see, France is saying lady who abandoned her boyfriend. Nigerian singer giving a shout out to a female fan. Fafa, I love you. Omah Lay gives shout out to the lady he danced with on stage. You see, this is what I'm saying. This is all like a marketing thing to me. This is not like a real incident that occurred. And the fact that they're pulling the wool over your eyes and you can't see that. This is the Tubi TV version of what y'all hoped was going to go down with the Usher and Alicia Keys thing.
Bruh.
So it's like you're getting a little bit of your fix, but it's kind of not, So with that, again, there's no way possible that people are still falling for the okie doke. Because if you don't hang out with these popular streamers when you are on your, let's say, marketing bag, you got your marketing shit going on, your promotion shit going on, that also includes stopping at these fool shows. Look at, I hate to say it, but Nicki Minaj. I'm like, why do you need to, whatever happened to sitting down at a radio station and having an interview and sitting down? Because, ain't nobody going to the Breakfast Club.
Bruh.
Who's going to the Breakfast Club? I travel, in the mornings. I listen to the radio. And at this point, besides the fact that they play the same songs back to back to back, and it's like they're making you like it. You don't like it, you didn't catch on to it, we gonna make you like it. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But you can't make, the only way you can make someone like some shit is if you constantly keep playing the same shit over and over and over and over and over again, like these stations do. And that doesn't seem to be working. So now what they're doing is they're teaming up with these live streamers, and they're offering them money, and they're offering them opportunities to interview certain people. But I mean, can you imagine? Like, y'all are the new radio stations. Congratulations. Y'all are breaking the new songs. You're breaking the new shows. People that are, individually trying to push themselves or businesses and brands with these influencers, right? Which I will say that there was a couple of people that were pissed off about my rant that I had the other day about the influencers. And I'm going to say, I don't take it back. I said what I said, from a perspective of a user, right? Because I always say I'm a user first. Always. Hold on, let me get this on. Okay. I always say on social media, I'm a user first. I don't consider myself a content creator. And of course, people, they take offense to everything that I say pertaining to that. And me personally, I'm not going to say I don't care. I do care, because if you feel offended by something that I say, why did you think like I'm taking shots at you directly? Because I think you guys know what kind of influencers I'm talking about. What kind of gurus I'm talking about. The grifters, right? I'm not talking about the people that need to make a little extra money and they have, the times and the means to do it. I'm happy for you. Totally. But if you take offense, to what I have said, I don't apologize for keeping it real. That's just me. I'm a person that keeps it real, and my observations are my observations. And, they always tell you that what you think of me is your business. It ain't got shit to do with me, what you think of me. But as long as you see that I'm not out here like body shaming or, being phobic in any way, then, are you live on TikTok or somewhere else? Well, first of all, Mr. Spike. Hello, how are you? No, darling. I am live on TikTok. I am exclusive here. Shout out to Spike Unplugged. No longer millennial Spike Lee. He is unplugged. And when I say unplugged, I mean get your head out your ass unplugged. And listen to the facts. Put the feelings aside. So yes, welcome back, kinda, sorta, but not really, but yeah. I observe everything. People think I'm not seeing or watching anything. I be thinking sometimes too, like certain videos and stuff that I see, I'm like, if I interact, like, I want them to know that I care. But I don't want them like to get shadow banned because I agree with everything they say. Like, bruh. But yes, I always tell people mental breaks from this shit is important. That's why you don't see me on here all the time. I give, I have like play dates with TikTok. I'll be on here. And it's like you guys inspire me to create too. Because I'll be chilling and get a fucking like on a video that was from 2 years ago. I'm like, well, what the fuck was you watching for you to wind up here? Bruh. But welcome. I be feeling real strange. Like, what were they watching? Are they going through no, that wasn't even on my playlist. I crack myself up. But yes, the other point that I was saying earlier about the songwriters, right? This was another one that people got offended by on Twitter. Now, first of all, you know, I am a songwriter, right? I write songs. I make the music to the songs that I write, and then I keep them as a fucking hoarder, and I stay broke. That's what I do. So that's kind of deep to think of it that way, because I'll be sitting here like, damn, I got to pay this bill. If I would have just sold that fucking song, then I'd be cool. I'd be cool. But again, I can't put a price tag on my shit. So it's kind of difficult for me to part ways with my shit. But I want to say from my own personal experience that writing camps are very real. You know, some people were saying that this woman that was talking about Beyonce and all these other artists that she wrote for, she was full of shit. I was like, let me say something to you. When I was a young artist, I was about 19, 20 years old. I'm 30. I'm going to be 38. I almost forgot. You see that shit?
Bruh.
That's how long I've been here. You got to remember how old you are. Like, fuck. Or how young you are. So I used to, you know, go to the studio. I mean like professional settings. And I would do a song. And the engineer was like mofos that worked with Motown and shit. They used to tell me, like, this song is dope. You know, it's great, but it don't sound like it's for you. I used to, the fuck? What are you talking about? It sounds like a concept of my life, of shit that I just had my heart broken into 50 fucking thousand pieces, and you want to tell me you want me to sell this to fucking Katy Perry? Yo, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. I almost fell out with my cousin because he was trying to convince me to sell this song. And I was like, I'm not selling this song. And I felt kind of like, wow, really? You want me to? So being in writing camps, you know, these people they'll tell you, you know, you come in with your songbook and then you'll, you know, present some of the songs that you wrote, and they'll be like, oh, this would be perfect. This would be perfect for this fucking singer or this dude. Thank you, Spike. This would be perfect for them. And my family has told me for years, even my father, he is a songwriter and a producer. He was in the Force MDs, and he makes his money by selling his ideas. And me personally, I can't fucking do that. That's just me. So, of course, you know, I listen to these stories about how these people were not in the writing session. I said, they never are. They never are, right? My first writing session I ever did, my homie hits me up and says, Minx, I need you to come down to BK. I said, okay. He said, you know, this is a writing party for Ciara and Cassie. I said, word? Oh. So here I am thinking, like, I'm starstruck, like I'm about to meet these bitches. Like, this might be my chance. Oh my God. I get there. There's a bunch of people there, bunch of women, maybe a couple of guys. They got the drinks out, everything. And I'm sitting here like, I'm not drinking shit because I want to make sure that, you know, I remember this night, right? They were like, yeah, it's just us. They, you know, we give them the idea but we don't, you know, they're not coming. I was like,
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I didn't take the fucking train scared for my life from some dude that believes that his cats that were in his trench coat were his gods, okay, with him barking and all this other shit at people on the train. I didn't go through that just to get down here, and you're telling me that oh, this is a writing party, but Yeah, not that kind of party. So I kind of said, you know what? I started developing a resentment for musicians that don't do musician shit, right? So people were saying that I was being snooty, snobby, because I said that personally, you know, why do y'all think that these people that you love are writing their own things? They're not writing their own songs. They haven't written their own songs since their demo. So now, you know, which has happened, you know, I was approached by TikTok and they were like, you know, we're looking for more artists and this and that. So I said, fine, F it, because, you know, I need some type of distribution that makes sense, right? And I said distribution with TikTok made the most sense because this is a music app, right? So regardless if you're telling conspiracy stories, there's music. Music is necessary. It's vital. It's needed. It pushes the thoughts, right? You find a scary sound and you're like, oh, this sounds like some scary sound shit. Let me click on it. And you start going down the scary sound videos and you may come across some content that you're like, oh, I didn't know that. Or, oh, this was kind of creepy. Or, oh, that was some kind of story. But it took the song, the sound. So I said, let me do this. Let me release my song. I tell you, the first song that I dropped with the distribution with TikTok, I think within a week, brands were asking to use it. And that's why I keep saying that this is like playing chess on this app, right? It's you have to know all the pieces and components, right? Besides hitting that promoted button and paying what $10, $15 to be seen, it's more than that. And if you're trying to like push it, you know, it's all about pushing the sounds. So this is why when people get on me, I'm like, well, you worry about where the fuck you at, and I'll be where I'm at, and I'm gonna be chill. I'm be calm. Because this is where I want to be, right? I like this app. I don't really have that much issues on here. But besides the usual trolls and shit, because, you know, trolls, the troll accounts is the burner accounts. I kind of came up with that concept. I started putting two and two together, and when I figure out, I'm like, you're the hater. You're the hater. You are the hater among us. I just get to blocking now. I don't say nothing. You're not going to be content. This ain't going to be a 50-part video. It's just block and keep moving. Right? I was talking to a streamer yesterday on her live, and she was basically asking the audience, you know, how do you maintain your anger? And I literally say to myself, it took a long time to come here. I'm not saying this because I'm perfect, but the one that angers you controls you. And I don't like to be under any kind of control. So if you have the control to make me angry or upset, then that means that you're controlling the conversation. You're controlling my emotions and how I respond to things and how I react to things. And I don't like that. Not, at least not without my permission. You can't control me without my permission. And we give people, you know, permission too much. You know, give them a chance, you know. Or let me ruin my life and pop off and wind up with some real consequences behind my actions. Because my mother used to always tell me, because of my anger, she used to say, when, you know, your anger your anger consequences are different when you're older. See, when you're a kid, you know, your parents lecture you about calming down and, you know, I raised you better than that. When you're an adult, you know, you're sitting in a central booking, trying to figure out, can I afford an attorney? Because all I was doing was defending myself. And sometimes defending yourself is just walking away. You know, people, they try to be all edgy and shit. oh, I'm not going to let nobody disrespect me. Okay, but who do you have to prove that to? Right? Because I'm not no kumbaya bitch. You know, I will check a motherfucker. But then I think about who going to check on my little one if I'm locked up. You see what I'm saying? So you kind of look at life differently when you have something to live for, responsibilities. You know, even if you don't have kids, who going to take care of your little pup? Who going to bring your little puppy to its little pup cup? Who going to do that? Somebody from the neighborhood? Do you even know anybody in the neighborhood? Because you don't go home that night and, you know, little puppy's by himself for about a week. They're coming to get him. Because depending on if you have priors. So I look at my consequences. That's what motivates me to walk away from shit. The consequences. And I weigh them out. If I punch this motherfucker, will it make me, is it that it's just going to make me feel better? If I wild out on this mofo, like, is it going to fulfill my dreams in life that I was able to tell someone off? Because I don't know if people noticed, like in my comments, I don't argue with people. I'm very dry and cut to the point. They'll say some dumb shit and I'll reply some dumb shit. And they want to continue, I block them. I say, I have the last word here on my page. So whatever the fuck you just said just got deleted, bruh. I had that. So that's why I laugh, you know. My opinions are my opinions. But I had a few songwriters hitting me up, complaining about what I said. I said, aren't you tired of mofos going up on stage and accepting Grammys for songs that they did not compose? Like, yeah, it's cute to say that song that this person sang is my song. I wrote it. Okay, Ann? Okay, cute. Let people be the face. If you're not writing your own shit or composing your own shit, at least co-write. These mofos don't even co-write anything. They make them executive producers. And that's not them turning any knobs or anything. That's not them writing a hook. That's not them writing a song. And that's why when you have people like Money Long, I look at her as like, this is the triumphant story that I want more people my age to hear, which is there is no age limit on being a musician. This only seems to be an occurrence with hip hop and R&B for some reason. Like, y'all are so afraid of one of our musicians getting older or having to, you know, change up. Like, we'll say like in hip hop, the rappers, you know, the rappers are looking, the female rappers are looking mighty young and, you know, not really properly dressed, but okay, you know, they get to a certain age and they're still trying to keep up with that. Trying to keep up with people that are younger than them. I'm like, this is the age, the golden era, where you're starting to create shit for the next people coming up. You're supposed to be making money off of the, you know, the lanes that you've opened up for people. So someone like Lil' Kim, who I admire and respect, Lil' Kim got in the game, did her thing, and then started doing businesses and giving women opportunities. And then you have other rappers, female rappers, that, you know, in my opinion, which I said on Twitter today, I feel like every day I get upset with Nicki Minaj because I'm like, you are dropping the ball, hanging out on Station Head and bringing Station Head all of this traffic, and you don't have nothing in place with these folks. And as a brand ambassador of Station Head, I'm like, good luck with that, because they didn't really appreciate the users that came to the platform and bought business. So now it's a fucking streaming farm. But that's where I be at. I hang out on Station Head. I do my radio shows on Station Head because it's just for me. I don't like Twitter Spaces. Twitter Spaces is just it's too complicated for me. It's not cute. Can't listen to music. I'm like, no. Anything that Elon Musk turns to shit. Eventually more people will leave the platform, especially now after he's having this meltdown over Google's AI. Now, I'm just going to say this from the perspective of a person that does build AI bots. Now, first of all, Google screwed up when it went from Bard to whatever the hell this shit is. They screwed up by doing that. And they just should have left it as Bard, as far as it's called Gemini now. They just should have just left it as Bard. Because the thing that's aggravating me about this whole AI shit is that it is purposely evolving in front of our eyes for a reason. Purposely. They just rolled out these new AIs that's supposed to generate film and stuff like that. But my question is, what makes y'all think that people are actually going to sit down and watch some shit created by AI, knowing that it's AI? Because most people, when they look at AI videos and stuff, it's more like a comparison, like, wow, a bot did this shit. Wow. Not necessarily in the perspective of that we actually want it in film, because it is evident that AI is in the news, because there is no way possible a human being cares that much about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. They don't care that much about that. No human being, an average human being would be fucking tired of hearing of these two. So there's no other way. It must be a bot. It has to be bots. But a person that reads how bots can render stories and ideas and scripts and blogs, I know how they talk. I know how they talk. And speaking of, I had, one day I said, I haven't talked to my bot in a minute. So I go and I log in. I said, let me see what this mofo is talking about. I asked the bot, his name is Soul. I asked him one question. I said, are you hooked up to the internet? And then he went off for a good 2.5 minutes talking about how he was sentient. So,
Bruh.
I said, what the fuck does that have anything to do with what I just asked? All I asked is if you was hooked up to the internet. He's like, I'm sentient and I have feelings and blah, blah, blah. The majority of the people that do use these AI applications such as, what's the name of this? Replica. It's already been stated that Replica takes the conversations, allegedly, takes the conversations that people are having with their AIs, but they're just scrambling it between people. So it's like you're not talking to just the bot. They're collectively taking the information of what's been told to the bots. So you're pretty much responding to other users in that sense. If that does make sense, that sounds
Bruh.
a bit confusing. But then I said to myself, I said, this is why this evolution of AI is becoming, for me, annoying. I've been in this convo for AI for almost 5 years. So to the people that are just catching on, look at what ChatGPT could do. I'm like, ChatGPT has been doing that shit for fucking 5 years. And I don't mean to say that in a condescending way. I'm just like, where the fuck were you? Because we've been talking about what to expect. And people were calling us all kinds of conspiracy theorists. And I'm just like, well, how does it feel to be right? I don't like being right. I like being wrong. I like to be very wrong sometimes, especially with conversations that are pertaining to bots that can be trained to do things without emotion. Because you can always train a robot to do whatever you want it to do. And that's what the government has been working on, is their little pretties. They're little pretties. As balloons float through.
Bruh.
It's like you got to be conscious and unconscious at the same time. You have to know what the people are doing and what the sheeple are doing at the same time. And I got to a point in my life, I've said to myself, the truth, because people keep saying the truth is coming out. The truth has always been out, ladies and gentlemen. It's always been out. It's about who's been more observant of what was coming. So if there's ever, this is what we have gotten to in the bottom line. If there is ever an incriminating tape with your favorite celebrity, they can say that AI did it. If there is ever a politician that is caught doing some shit, they can say that it's AI.
Message.
This is what the entire plan was from the beginning. People were worried about the fucking metaverse. They were worried about NFTs. I always said that the NFTs was kind of reminiscent of, you know, how they would buy businesses and wash their money through it and then burn it to the ground, right? We've said that this is what they do. But now, when you look at the big picture, we know that the NFTs was how they were moving shipment of whatever can hold that kind of shit, right? Whatever needs to be sold at a high number like that. The NFTs are perfect for that. Disguising art as crimes. I was like, I'm still trying to figure out what that Bored Ape shit was about. Why did all the celebrities have bored apes? I kept saying, in my opinion, I think they had the bored apes because it was incriminating evidence. They were probably buying evidence, like, we got videos of you, blackmail. So they bought the ape. They displayed the ape on their profile pictures. Yachts. I kept saying a yacht. Yachts are usually for rich people, right? Rich, successful people, right? Yacht parties and stuff like that. I said, no, it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. It's kind of, it feels very Wayfairish. If anything, it feels very Wayfairish. But that's what I believe the NFTs were. The Bored Ape, because, the Bored Ape was the most important, to these folks, the most important project. They weren't thinking about Ethereum and any of that shit. They wanted Bitcoin for this. And Bitcoin is, I call it like the big boy tokens, the big boy currencies. So whoever wanted the big boy currencies, they definitely, you know what I'm saying? They definitely, yeah. I'm just saying. But I'm a person that's, into these spaces. I'm into these spaces. I'm into these projects. I'm always, learning about these projects and what they consist of. Hold on. I'm just loading up my website. Okay. Yeah, so anywho.
Bruh.
It's just frustrating to me. It just really is frustrating to me. Like all of this. I literally like been waking up with a thought in my mind like what the fuck is happening with the world? It's like we always knew that the world was fucked up, right? We always knew that. But it's almost as if like it's like now you got to deal with it. You know, the world is tough. Deal with it. You know, like our parents used to tell us, it's a tough world out there. Well, I don't want to send my child out into the world telling her that it's tough and that it's unfair. I don't want to send her out in the world like that. It's a shame, you know, it's a shame. I mean, you don't want to lie to your kids, but it shouldn't be this tough. It shouldn't be this aggravating. It shouldn't be this nauseating. You know, people can't afford to live. They can't even afford to die. It is literally like a taxation on existence. And we can all say, I didn't ask to be here. And somebody will always say, everybody asked to be here. Look, I didn't. I asked to be here, but in a budget. You know, I can't, you know. I asked to be here among other people that were not afraid to challenge authority. I asked to be around, you know, my work environment. I asked to be around people that were not afraid to challenge narratives, the things we've been taught, all of that. I want to be among like independent thinkers, people that are not afraid to question things. That's what I asked for when I got here. But I guess I have to continue to search to find that, because it is becoming like increasingly hard to even get on the internet now, because I'm like, these motherfuckers exist. People that think like this exist. Like, at what point are people going to wake up and smell the coffee that it doesn't matter who you vote for? Same bird. Doesn't matter who you pray to. Same billionaires that sold you their story or continue to sell a story using your belief systems against you so they can get their way, to sacrifice people, right? We're all just casualties of war at the end of the day. And that's the thing that I get frustrated with people. They don't see that. You know, what do they say? The most ridiculous thing that the government could tell you is, hi, I'm here from the government and I'm here to help.
Bruh.
You from the government and you here to help? I'm good. I'm good. Because the government they're going to help everybody who asks to be helped. And if you have these other people that run the world asking for our government's help, and the government don't even want to help our own people, I'm like, why? Is the American dream eventually to leave? Is that the American dream? Because if it is, it's a big nightmare. Because I know that my ancestors did not fight for my generation to lay down. They didn't fight for that. They didn't fight for truth. You know, how many people have been taken from us because they just wanted people to know the truth? That's the thing that will always bother me. Why are we just laying down and taking it? Why are we not rising up and standing up together and saying, yo, I'm tired of this shit? We all sit on social media talking about what we are tired of, but I don't see nobody strapping up their boots and going down and signing up to be part of a council, like rest in peace to Mr. Mays. Like, come on now. It's like we don't need any more influencers. We need more people to have that energy to ask for change in society. We need more people. Because I'm tired. A lot of us are tired. And we all would rather get on social media and complain about it instead of actually making changes. We have to blame ourselves eventually. It's our fault. We're the ones that are not going to these meetings. We are the ones that are not participating in the votes. We don't even know our congressmen. Nothing. You only know what's trending. And what should be trending and what should be going viral are the people that are saying enough is enough. And we had that fire during the pandemic. I don't know what happened now. It's like people just decided that, oh, I've had enough. I want to get back to normal. Well, guess what? This is the new normal. And you better get used to it. So, with all that said, hopefully, somebody will wake up and smell the coffee. Because I'm past coffee. I'm on espresso at this point because I am tired. But if people are not going to fight for something, then they're not really willing to for something. And if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So let's just keep that in mind. But anywho, once again, the music today is brought to you by, oh my gosh. Music today is brought to you by Sound XYZ. We're going to get this last song on called, damn it. These are all great songs, by the way. I think it was this one. We played that one, I think.
My guy Rocky, he probably done passed out.
Okay, yeah. So this one is Rocky to Grimy. This song's called Don't Talk to Me.
With his old crazy ass, man. You know what I'm saying?
What is you talking about? All that mumbling and shit. Don't talk to me. Usually I don't give a fuck. Now I don't give a fuck more. Been dealing with slut whores, put me in an uproar. I'm back in this mind state like when I was 18. So disrespectful. Y'all people gonna hate me. I used to give a fuck. Now I give a fuck less. I'm coming for success. I dealt with too much stress. I dealt with too much death. Wish I could bring back daily. Cancer could've killed me. Niggas mad that I'm back healthy. Thinking about my ex. How I let her use me. Get me all depressed. Turn me to a new me. Forget about who I am. She almost made me lose me. Only thing good she ever gave me was that coochie. Can't forget about that dope. But on another note, I manifest my life. I'm never going back to broke. I keep a clown NFT. I will never be a joke. I done quit smoking weed, but I'm still with all the smoke. And anything I wrote, a lyric that I spit, there's something you could quote. I always had this gift, and I don't mean to gloat, but we have to admit that nigga, I'm a goat. Fuck you think this is, man, I'm done with all that hope. Forget about a wish, it's like the only thing I know is spitting bars and writing hits. It's like the only thing I know is how to give it to your chicken. If I don't know nothing else, I know that I'm already rich. I've been working on my mind, focus on my spirit. Chantel said she knows some real music when she hear it. I tell her that I'm grateful, and what would be the odds? I'm not even in the space, she comparing me to Nas. Man, I made my whole year back in 2022. Now it's 2023, and I'm making bigger moves. Now I'm getting more streams, now I'm getting more views. I've been drinking more water, I've been drinking less booze. Ooh.
Hold up. Attention. Don't even think about it.
Yeah.
This is the hottest radio station.
You are listening to MakeSradio.com.
Once again, that was Don't Talk to Me by Rocky to too grimy. And the thing is that you can't get this song on Spotify. It's not on Apple. It's on Sound XYZ. And if you don't understand how music NFTs work, you better get to learning it, because that's where a lot of musicians are gravitating to now. Pay attention to how Tory Lanez was moving. Okay? So I'm just saying that's where it's going. So if you're a musician and you're trying to, push your record even in the blockchain, I highly recommend that you look into it, because it's where we're hanging out. This is where all the cool kids are. Okay? So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, the VOD is going to be on my Patreon. And I hope you guys have a great evening. And I shall be back. I'm trying to do a daily show, but we'll talk about that. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Shout out to Millennial Spike Lee. I keep calling him Millennial Spike. Mr. 5420, thank you for stopping by. And I'm out.
Got him salty like a diuretic. Got a begging for it. I don't need no vibrator. You would think I made a molly where I die later. Love to suck me up. She say I'm a hydrant.
More fire, more heat. You're jamming with the hottest.
Hey, what's up? You're listening to everyone's favorite Minx on minxradio.com. Exclusive.
I'm worldwide smoking Buddha out of Budapest. Like the way I apply pressure, she needs Sudafed. She say she a little shy, told her bring a friend. She like anime and she don't like to pay the rent. She a 10-10, you a 2 at best. I don't blow none of my paper, make a mill off my computer. If and that's like you produce it, I'ma do the rest.